In this 80s flick, a legendary television pitchman decided it was time to conquer the silver screen. Jim Varney took his beloved rubber-faced creation out of the local commercials and threw him right into the deep end of summer camp lore. The mission at Kamp Kikakee was supposed to be simple. Look after a group of juvenile delinquents, build a traditional Native American teepee, and avoid being crushed by the counselor in charge. But beneath the slapstick comedy and the legendary Eggs Erroneous was a surprisingly heartfelt story about underdogs fighting to save their land from a ruthless mining corporation. So put on your denim vest, your tan hat, and prepare the turtle paratroopers as Nicholas Pepin, Chad Shepard, Laramie Wells, and I discuss Ernest Goes to Camp from 1987 on this episode of the 80s Flick Flashback Podcast. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Tim Williams. An expedition into the wilderness of 80s comedy requires a full squad of counselors who know exactly how to handle the chaos. Joining me in the mess hall today are three regular fixtures of the Flashback family. First up, a man who is brave enough to sit through a plate of Eggs Erroneous without blinking. He's the host of Pop Culture Roulette. It's Nicholas Pepin. How you doing, Nicholas?
Look, there's a rabbit.
Right.
Good one.
Next, a counselor who always brings a fantastical perspective to our deep dives and is currently trying to figure out how to weave a proper Cherokee peace pipe. It's Chad Shepard. How you doing, Chad?
I'm good. As your co-host here, I will be taking you deep to the forest in search of actual nature. We'll be traveling fast, moving light, keeping our ears to the grindstone. So stay together, be mindful of the weather, and for heaven's sakes, don't pick it or it'll never heal.
Beautiful. And rounding out the crew, a guy who is always ready to stand up to the ruthless executives of the Crater Mining Corporation to save another 80s cult classic. From moving panels, it's Laramie Wells. How you doing, Laramie?
I did it. I took the Lindbergh, baby.
Oh, we're jumping right in. Yeah, we're jumping right in. Ernest Goes to Camp. Boy, this is one that I really enjoyed rewatching and was very hard to find. And we'll talk about why here in a little bit. But glad to have you guys. I knew Laramie had the DVD. I just didn't have time to get to his house to get it. But let's jump right in. So we'll go around the table. We'll start with Nicholas. Nicholas, when did you see Ernest Goes to Camp for the first time?
When I was over at a friend's house and we rented it for a sleepover.
Nice.
Yeah, it was the beginning of a long love affair of Ernest movies.
What about you, Chad?
I believe that if this hadn't been the first one, I would have seen it in the theater. Because I saw Christmas, the second one, in the theater. So this was a borrow from a friend who had HBO and watch it on VHS. So yeah, 1987. Yeah.
All right, Laramie.
I actually think I talked about this when we did the Christmas one.
Yeah.
I didn't see this one first. But yeah, I rented it a few years after. I know I saw Christmas Saves Christmas. I may have even saw Ernest Goes to Jail before I saw Goes to Camp.
Okay.
But I couldn't tell you exactly what year, but I know I did not see it first as it should be.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I saw this one first, but I don't think I saw it in the theater. I think I saw this one on VHS. I vividly remember the VHS copy. I think I owned a VHS copy of it at some point. But it's also one that I think I watched, but it didn't stick with me like some other movies have. Like there are definitely scenes that I definitely remembered, but it's not one I think I watched as much as other movies. But yeah. But how long has it been since you watched it before rewatching it for the podcast? We'll go the other way around this time, Laramie.
I could not tell you, to be honest. I know you always ask this question. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I could not tell you exactly how long, but it's been a good long.
All right. What about you, Chad?
Same. It's been a long time. I wanted to watch it after we watched
Ernest Saves Christmas.
I can't remember if I was on your show or Jerry's. I'm talking about Ernest Saves Christmas.
I think it was this one. I think it was mine. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
But yeah, I've been wanting to see it, and I didn't, and we'll talk about. I mysteriously had it, and I didn't know I had it until I went to my dad's house today. So
cool.
Yeah, so it's been a while.
Nicholas?
Same. It is. I've rewatched like Scared Stupid a couple times, and Saves Christmas, and Goes to Jail. I watched a bunch, but this one, for whatever reason, just didn't get the rewatch. I have the 3-pack that has Goes to Camp, Scared Stupid, and Goes to Jail all in the same box set.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's like I said, it's been like we said already, it's been a while. I think it was on Hulu or Disney Plus for a brief moment a couple of years ago, and I think I might have watched it then, because when I started, I was like, I feel like I've seen this beginning like pretty recently. So, but yeah, so it's definitely been a while for me. Oh, I've pulled a few artifacts of information directly from the 1987 pre-production file. So now, guys, your job is to tell me, are they true or are they false? Counselors, stand at attention. Let's see who earns their trivia badge. It's time to play Risky Quiz-ness.
Risky Quiz-ness. Risky Quiz-ness.
All right, so you guys know how this works. I'll ask you a true or false question. You can work as a team to decide if the statement is true or false. There are 5 statements. See if you can win the series as we would in baseball. Number 1, here we go. True or false? This movie was conceived specifically for the Ernest character after he proved to be more popular than Mickey Mouse during a Disney-themed parade. True or false?
I think that's true, actually.
I feel that's true.
Yeah.
You guys know your Ernest P. Worrell history. Disney first discovered Ernest P. Worrell character at the 1985 Indianapolis 500, where Jim Varney as Ernest was one of a handful of celebrity guests in the 500 festival parade. The event that year was Disney-themed, with Mickey Mouse serving as Grand Marshal. At the beginning of the parade, Mickey received predictable applause as he rode past in his convertible and waved to the onlookers. But a few minutes later, Ernest followed behind, riding atop a pace car, and the crowd of 500,000 went berserk. They even all screamed, "Hey, Vern," as he passed. Disney heads Michael Eisner and Jeffrey Katzenberg, who had never even heard of the Ernest character, were both in the audience and were stunned at the bigger response that Ernest was getting over the mouse. Eisner decided to capitalize, and they tracked down John R. Cherry III, the director, and Jim Varney had lunch and worked out a deal to make Ernest into a movie franchise. So, more popular than Mickey Mouse. Who would have thought? So, all right, number 2. The filmmakers originally wanted Ernest and Nurse St. Cloud to become a couple at the end of the movie, but Disney wouldn't allow it. True or false?
True.
Quick on that one. Yeah, Disney opted to focus strictly on the comedy, slapstick, and the camp's overarching moral storyline rather than a romantic subplot, which I'm not mad about. I think
I think it was.
handled very well.
The right. One of the rare choices where the studio actually got it right.
Right. All right, 2 for 2. Here we go, number 3. True or false? To save on production costs, the script was originally written to take place at a fictional camp in Ohio, but the pre-production team pivotively on a production team moved the entire shoot to an active real-life summer camp in Montgomery, Alabama. True or false?
The camp was in Tennessee, I know, so that has to be false.
I was going to say, it probably went Alabama. Yeah.
I'm going to lean on Laramie on this one.
Okay. Trust your teammate. Laramie's right. It was false. The film was shot entirely on location in Montgomery County, Tennessee, near Nashville. The production took over a real camp facility, Camp Duncan, which allowed the crew to capture an authentic, rustic Southern summer vibe. So
that camp has an annual celebration.
They do.
Of this movie. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So, all right. Doing good. 3 for 3. Number 4. True or false? The actors hired to play the rebellious second chance kids in Cabin 12 were actually recruited from local Tennessee juvenile detention centers to give the film a gritty, authentic edge.
That's gotta be
I'm gonna say
false.
false.
That's false.
Because some of them
Yeah.
were actual actors.
The actors,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep, exactly. The casting directors wanted kids who could deliver the comedic timing necessary to bounce off Jim Carrey's intense physical improvisation. So,
And
All
those
right.
kids didn't scream like juvenile
No.
delinquents to me.
no,
No.
not at all. Yeah. And nothing says 80s delinquent like wearing a t-shirt, a vest, and a necktie.
Yeah.
So
Or like a half tank top.
The crop top. The kid
crop
that's always
top.
in a crop
Gosh.
top.
yeah, of course. So, all right, let's see if they can sweep. Number 5, true or false. The film's original pre-production working title was simply The Adventures of Ernest, but the writer changed it to Ernest Goes to Camp after realizing the summer camp setting provided the perfect backdrop for classic slapstick tropes. True or false?
Ooh.
That's hard.
That sounds like it could be true.
And that's why I want to say false. Like,
I mean, it was the first one. So
yes,
that
it was the first one.
might be The Adventures of Ernest or whatever it is. Huh.
I don't
Need a
know.
consensus.
I'm gonna lean with false, to be honest. I don't think I've ever heard it. So, but I'm bad at this
Yeah.
game. So
I feel like Tim could be trying to trick me and want me to say true because it sounds so good, but
You always think I'm trying to trick you,
that is true.
which was what makes this game so fun.
All right, let's. I'll defer to Laramie. Let's say it's false.
Chad going with the consensus? I mean, you're outvoted anyway. I just want to know.
I'm going to say it's true.
Okay. You should have listened to Chad.
I-
It is true.
Oh.
No! Writer-director John Cherry initially envisioned a broader anthology-style film showcasing various Ernest sketches. He eventually realized that anchoring the character to a structured, classic cinematic setting like a summer camp gave the narrative the heart and focus it needed to succeed as a movie. So yeah, but hey, you got 4 out of 5. It's still a good run. So, but let us know how you did. If you played along, you can send us an email, reach out to us on social media, or leave us a comment right here on YouTube. So, all right, well, let's jump into casting. Of course, as Laramie and Chad, and I think Nicholas, were you on the Ernest Saves Christmas episode too?
I was
should have went
not.
back and looked at. Okay, so, but we of course we talked about Jim Varney and how he came to be Ernest P. Worrell at that episode. So if you want to go back and listen to it, but of course Jim Varney playing Ernest P. Worrell. Of course, he was also the voice of Slinky Dog in the Toy Story franchise until his passing in 1999. In 2000. He was also in the Beverly Hillbillies movie playing Jed Clampett. So, yeah, what a great actor.
Wasn't he Shakespearean trained as well?
He was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes,
And actually, he initially did not want to make the movie because he didn't want to get typecast. But after going on a week-long bender, he decided to do it, and later said that he was thankful that he took the role because it brought so many people joy. So next up, we've got Victoria Racimo as Nurse St. Cloud. She was an American film and television actress. She is perhaps best known for starring in John Frankenheimer's horror sci-fi picture Prophecy in 1979 and Mike Nichols' The Day of the Dolphin in 1973. This is the only movie I know her from, and that's okay.
Prophecy
Same.
was the one with Christopher Walken playing.
No,
playing
that was a-
Gabriel. No,
No, that was
not?
that was in the 80s. Prophecy was a different one in 79. So
Different prophet,
same
different
movie,
prophet,
same movie
different
title.
That's what I
prophecy.
was thinking too.
Same
Yeah.
title, different.
Same
movie.
title, different movie. Yeah.
Which will
Okay.
be an episode of PCR one of these days.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
same movie, different. I mean, same title, different movie.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen some of those social media posts. So, all right, then we got John Vernon as Sherman Crater. He made a career He made a career in Hollywood films after
As a
achieving
bad
initial
guy.
television stardom in Canada. He was known for his roles as villainous authority figures. Best known for The Mayor and Dirty Harry in 1971, Fletcher and Outlaw Josie Wales in 76, and of course Dean Wormer in Animal House in 1978. He was also Mr. Big in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker,
Oh,
which is what I remembered him from. I think more than the other ones. So
Animal
Well, yeah.
House for me.
Animal
That's what-
House.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But I think this was his meanest role. Like he was like,
Yeah.
I
mean-
didn't like him as an actor.
You mean the
but I
fact
did
that he
not like
wanted
the
to
character.
commit murder?
Right.
Yeah,
He was going to
did.
shoot
Yeah.
Ernest
Oh my gosh!
at point blank range.
Oh,
Mhm.
at the end of
Spoiler
the
alert.
movie, I'm like, are they coming to arrest him for attempted murder? Spoiler alert.
All right. And then sorry. And then the reason you cannot find this movie on streaming anywhere, Iron Eyes Cody as the old Indian chief. I don't know if you knew this or not, but this is what I found out. Cody's film roles included the role of Chief Iron Eyes in Bob Hope's The Paleface in 1948. He also played a Native American shedding a tear about pollution in one of the most well-known television public service announcements in the U.S. Of course, that's
Really?
where I remembered him from. He
I
was the
knew-
crying
okay.
Indian, yeah. Living in Hollywood, Cody began to insist, even in his private life, that he was Native American. Over time, he claimed membership in several different tribes, although a 1996 newspaper report revealed that Cody was actually Italian American and that he purported Native American identity was self-created, even though Cody denied the report even to the time of his death. So, yes,
Wow.
Disney has shelved this and will not release it because he is in this movie and because he turned out to be a fraud as thinking he was a true Native American, but he was not.
Wow.
Wow.
Which is the dumbest reason to keep this
Yeah.
movie from being made available anywhere. I did look it up. A Blu-ray copy of this movie is selling on eBay for $130.
No, thank you.
Yeah, it's like I want it, but not that bad.
I've
Yeah,
got it
because-
on DVD. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
I
glad
think
I
that,
bought my DVD copy a long time ago.
yeah, I think the DVD copy is like 30. It's like between 30 and $40, but yeah, the Blu-ray is
anything
very
like-
hard to find.
If it's anything like my Blu-ray, the movie is it. Like there's no closed captioning, there's no nothing. It just
really,
the
it's just-
movie.
Yeah,
that's
it's the
the
same
one I
on the
have.
DVD. It's the
Oh.
DVD that I have. It's just scene selection, play movie. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
not much there. So, all right. Well, moving on to something more fun. Lyle Alzado, I think I'm saying it right, as Bronx Stinson, Crater's foreman. Of course, he was the former NFL defensive lineman who played with the Cleveland Browns, Oakland Raiders, and Denver Broncos from 1971 to 1991. When not on the football field, his macho image helped him land roles in movies, TV shows, and commercials. His movie roles primarily consisted of him playing tough guys, enforcers, or similar hard cases in movies like The Destroyer in 1988, Shock Troop in 88, and Comrades in Arms in 1991. 3 movies I've never heard of and never seen, but probably on an episode of Pop Culture Roulette.
Probably, but who knows?
One fun fact is he actually broke Jim Varney's nose by mistake during the fight sequence. Jim Varney said the crack you hear in the movie wasn't added later. So,
I
all
always
And
thought that
then,
guy.
who we talk.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
If you remember, I know he's not the same guy, obviously now, but when
Mm-hmm.
Saved by the Bell went to college, the guy
Yeah.
who played Mike,
Yeah,
I thought it
Yeah.
was the same guy for a while, but then I'm like,
No.
oh, that's not the same guy.
another
think he
former
was on-
football player, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think he might have been on A-Team and like had a big fight with Mr. T.
Very
I
possible.
remember because I think he was on a lot of '80s
Yeah.
TV shows too.
He had a ton of like TV appearances, yeah. Which is probably why I remembered him more from TV than from movies, but yeah.
Mhm.
And then we talked about him in our Ernest Saves Christmas. Gaylord Sartain, I don't know if I'm ever going to say his name right, as Jake. He was
That's
a
right.
regular on the country music variety series Hee Haw, and he's been in 3 of the Ernest movies as well as the TV series Hey Vern, It's Ernest.
And this is
During-
the only one where his name's not Chuck.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the only one whose name is not Chuck. Yeah. During filming, he was actually going through a difficult divorce and was drinking often at the time. When the set would be ready to shoot his scenes, he would grab a golf cart from the set, drive off, and get lost in the camp. Crew members would always have to go out and look for him, and he would be found an hour or 2 later. They would hide the keys and make it harder for him to find them, but he would still find ways to sneak and use them. So
Just use that golf cart that kept driving around.
Yeah. I wonder if that's why they had decided to add the golf cart, like the random golf cart, just
Yeah.
coming through the different scenes. Like,
I
surely
love
it's
that
run out of
part.
gas by now. And then after it blows up, it still shows up again at the end. So I just thought that
Yeah.
was great.
But it's
Makes all the
smoking,
sense.
so continuity.
Continuity. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. We don't get that in a lot of 80s movies, but thankfully, Ernest Goes to Camp got it. So. And then we were talking about this gentleman before we started recording, someone I would have not have known. I didn't know his name until now. Richard Spike Jr. as Brooks. He's known for a variety of roles, including Jericho, The Agency, the HBO miniseries Band of Brothers, but most well known in the WBCW series Supernatural, playing Archangel Gabriel, originally thought to be Loki, as well as Loki, whose identity Gabriel took on in the show. So.
Yeah, I saw his chin, and it made me think, who is? I know that guy. And then when y'all said that when we came on, I'm like, oh yes, of course.
All right. Anybody else from the cast that you want to talk about, or anybody you
Yes,
wanted to?
Crutchfield.
Crutchfield.
Yeah.
Crutchfield. Scott Menville, the voice
Okay.
of Robin in Teen
Oh,
Titans.
yeah.
So I did, and that was another one. I did not know. And then as the opening credits are running, I see Scott
Mhm.
Menville, and I was like, "Wait, who does he
I know
play?"
that name.
Yeah, I know that. And I immediately knew that's Robin from Teen Titans. Who does he? And I had to look it up. Oh, he played Crutchfield.
The odd thing about it, he does sound like a little bit like Robin in the movie, but he also sounds like Beast Boy too. Like his voice is that high. Like I was like, wait, is that Robin or is that Beast Boy? No, it's Robin.
No, it's Robin. Yeah.
Yeah,
You had me
no, I
questioning
know it
for a
is.
second, but I was like, no, it's Robin.
No, but he would just his voice was pitched higher in this movie.
Because he's a
Yeah.
child, Chad.
His child, yeah. Well,
Right.
yes.
Instead of a man trying to sound like a child, he was an actual child. Yeah.
Mm.
Anybody else from the cast you want to talk about?
No, I
Not-
think
not a
you,
lot
you
of
hit them
people
all
in
because
this
I didn't
cast.
recognize any of the other kids.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Lot of empty slots on Wikipedia and IMDb for a lot of the
Yeah.
actors on here.
You would even
Is
have
there-
thought like the lawyer was,
Yeah. And
but
the lawyer and even like the head of the camp,
yeah,
the camp director. Like I couldn't
Hmm.
find anything on him either. So
I always thought that the head director was was it James? It was Teen Wolf's dad, James
oh yeah, I could see that.
Okay.
I could see that.
Hamilton. James Hamilton. It's not. He has that same kind of voice. Like he's putting it on like he's a radio DJ or something. But
Yeah.
it's not. But
No.
and
But I
always
can, I
thought it-
can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's jump into iconic scenes. So, if someone says Ernest Goes to Camp, what's the first scene that pops in your head? I'll start with Nicholas.
This is tough because as I was rewatching it, I was like, I know I've seen this movie. I know I've seen it probably more than once, but there was so much of it that I was seeing for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, I mean, I think like the turtles parachuting,
Yeah.
kind of rung
Yeah.
a bell. Like that was, and then the Eggs Erroneous, the machine they kept making, to like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, that machine just kind of, there was some vague memory of that, but not most of this movie I was kind of seeing for the first time.
What about you, Laramie?
So yeah, probably first off the machine that's making all the stuff. I very much remember that. But honestly, if you were just to write off, the first thing is actually the end when he's shooting at Ernest.
Okay.
Like there's just something about that always stuck with me.
probably traumatizing as a young child.
Probably.
Don't
I
shoot
will-
Ernest.
I will admit, I do think that as a young child, when I first saw this, I think that when the foreman beat up Ernest, it actually
Well,
made
yeah.
me cry
Oh, yeah, I
Like,
could see that.
as a child.
Yeah.
Because I was a huge Ernest fan.
Mhm.
So to see Ernest get beat up.
And beat up pretty bad too.
and-
Like it wasn't
yes.
like just he got beat up pretty good. So, all right, Chad, what you got? Iconic scene.
Same as them two. It's the machine. chicken pot pie, like literally putting a chicken,
chicken,
pot,
Yeah, a pot and a
pie.
pie. Yeah.
I that sits right here in my brain ever since I first saw it. And his song, well, that hit me a little harder as a grown up. So glad it's raining.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
I will admit
that
I
was-
forgot about that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was also a part that, like, I mean, no slight on Jim Varney, but I'm like, I think I know why we didn't get a song in any other Ernest movie after this.
Oh,
Well, I think he
I-
was also trying to sing it like Ernest. I think he could really sing. He was trying to
Yeah.
give it a little bit more of the Ernest flair to it. But yeah. He did it in one take though. He did the song.
That's what I
in one
read
take.
Good
too.
for
Yeah.
him. Good for him.
I was
I w-
waiting at the end. Go ahead, Amy.
I will say I don't think I remembered the A-Team moment as well. When they reconstruct the bus and
Yeah.
because that was right out of the A-Team.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it was.
Every episode of the A-Team. That's what that was.
Pulled out
Well,
the random welders showed up
Yes.
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of the kids that's doing the welding. That
Yeah.
was what got me as well.
That's what I was gonna mention is the montage song.
Yeah.
Like I waited to the end to see, well, what song?
Mm-hmm.
That was a great montage song. Who
Yeah.
wrote it? The same person who wrote all the music, well, except the Happy Together. But
yeah, that was by the Turtles.
The raining song.
Mhm.
They wrote all of the music, all
Yeah.
the songs that were on there. I was like, wow, okay. Is
Yeah.
it Broken Hearts or something like that, or I forget what the
Bravehearts.
name of- Bravehearts. That's
Bravehearts.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Sung by Gary Chapman, the former husband of Amy Grant. So
Yes.
I know
Really?
very, very
Yes.
random trivia there for you. But yeah, that
was
Gary
he
Chapman.
was he a Christian singer
Then probably
Yes.
so. Yeah.
back then?
Yeah.
I've heard
Mhm.
of his name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Ashley Cleveland sang one of those songs. She was another Christian artist at the time. So I thought it was kind of interesting. They weren't like big name Christian artists at the time, but
Yeah.
they did do some of the songs in the movie. So
I
which
thought
I
it
didn't-
sounded familiar.
yeah. Side note. But anyway, I did recognize that. I let the credits play, and when the songs came up, I was like, oh, that's why I recognize that voice. So, but yeah. For iconic scenes for me, I think it was the paratrooper turtles was definitely something I remembered. The song too, I definitely remembered the song, and those are like the two things that I would think if you say Ernest Goes to Camp, those are the two scenes that I think I remember the most. And him trying to the little bit with him trying to like rig the his little rotisserie
The
chicken and
rotisserie,
and he gets caught, his foot gets caught, and he ends up running into the water. I remember that scene too. So, but what about favorite scenes? You have a favorite scene you want to talk about? I'll just let you popcorn it. Whoever wants to go first, please. Not everybody all at once. One at a time, please.
No, I think also it goes back to the Jake throwing the stuff into the machine.
Yeah,
Because Chad mentioned the chicken pot pie.
Mhm.
I always like the fettuccine.
Yeah.
and a little guy named Alfredo.
Alfredo.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that until just
This
watch
time,
today.
yeah.
Which was
That was
funny.
funny.
One of the scenes, I guess it's kind of classic. I thought they sung it more than once. The Happy
I did
Together
too.
song.
The the Happy Together song.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sing it
did
once. And I'm
too.
like, wait a minute, what happened to the other time? Like I thought it was like
No,
more-
for some reason in my head, I
Yeah.
remembered a scene of them like hiking through the woods while singing
Yeah.
it. Like,
yes.
Yeah, I swear there was another moment of them singing it.
Yeah.
So
All right,
I
so the
agree.
version that I watched today, there is it at the end. They're marching and singing it. Are you talking about that, or talking about something different?
I had a
'Cause-
whole different scene.
no, I'm talking
into
about
mine.
because the one at the end, it's almost like the entire camp is doing it.
Right, yeah.
I'm
Are you
talking about
just
it
the kid?
the boys. Like,
Gotcha, yeah,
just
yeah.
that one group of boys just walking through the woods,
Gotcha.
singing it. So, yeah.
Did y'all see the very end scene, like during the credits, where?
Yes.
And I didn't notice this either in the other movie. That he fed the guy and he turned into an opera singer.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
That was amusing, but I was like, where did that?
yeah.
Probably
Hey.
came from just letting that guy get to do that.
Yeah.
Was
Oh yeah, yeah.
probably like
Yeah.
all that was to it.
Yeah, all he
'Cause he
wanted to
was
say is
actually-
Eggs Erroneous.
Yeah, because he was actually a replacement for the chef, like whoever they had
Yeah.
originally for that part.
Well, it was the guy that's in all the other ones
Yeah.
with Gaylord.
Gaylord. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I had a
Was it
question.
Bobby?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Was the guy who had the shotgun when he Lyle Alzado
No.
broke into the guy's house, that was not the same guy?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I was like, wait, why
Totally
is that
different
guy
guy.
over here? But then I was like, okay.
That
No.
scene was
No,
frightening.
I don't know who it was, probably somebody from Disney, probably Michael Eisner. They didn't like the actor that played Bobby in the other movies
Mhm.
because and also in the the TV show and all, because they didn't like the way he talked.
They said they couldn't understand him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which that's
That's the
part of his
point.
comedy.
That was
part of the comedy.
that's the whole bit, right? Yeah.
Yeah. He was the silent, almost like a Penn and Teller bit.
Yeah.
Like,
He
Yeah.
was the silent
Mhm.
one. Yeah. Yeah. Silent Bob.
Yeah, that's that scene when Lizondo or whatever his name is goes into the house. The guy's got the gun and his family.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I didn't remember that scene.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh wow, that got violent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This
Or-
movie could
or it
not
could
be
have been.
remade.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
it was-
let's talk
look
about the Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, Nicholas. Go
I
ahead.
mean, this movie was just like, it was like, take every camp movie from the 80s that you can
Mhm.
think of. This movie had a version of that. I mean, it was super enjoyable. I really liked it, and I'll probably remember to watch it again before another 40 years go by. But man, it was so cliche when it came to
For
like
sure.
how
Yeah.
the kids at like the second chance kids, and then like all the main campers just immediately treating them like garbage for no reason,
Mhm.
and like the head guy just being like, well, they clearly started it, even though like anybody with eyes can see that the other ones.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, it's very definitely cliched. Like it was funny because even there were certain parts where I was like, why does this seem familiar? And it's like, because it's the same thing in Major Pain, which is like a 90s movie, but like
Yeah.
very similar, but yeah. But that was one of the reasons why Disney wanted it to be a camp movie, because Meatballs had been a huge
Meatballs.
hit. That was like, so they knew it was going to be, they were kind of taking that same, genre or that same kind of theme. And so this would work. We know people want to come see this type of movie, even if they don't know who Ernest is, they'll want to see a typical, trope camp movie. So
Yeah. And I do know Eisner wanted like Ernest to be a Disney character.
yes, he did.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was
Yeah.
mainly Katzenberg that
Mm-hmm.
held it to, nope, we're not going to put a Disney title on it. Let's
Yeah, they
put
made
it
it
in Touchstone.
Touchstone. Yeah. Yeah. But like I was going to say, go back to the beginning of the movie where it starts off with like the Indian ritual when they're throwing knives and shooting at them. Like, if I watch this as like a 10-year-old, like that might have been a little intense for a movie to start as an Ernest movie. It's like,
Yeah.
The copy I have is goes to camp and goes to jail, and it didn't give me the choice of choosing. It just picked one and ran with it. And it'd been
when
so
you put
long.
the DVD in.
Yeah, when I put the DVD in and it started, and I'm like, is this how Goes to Camp starts?
Yeah.
I don't remember this being Goes to Jail, so let's
Yeah.
just let this ride. And then it was like, oh, okay, no. And then when we had Ernest like throw the rope over the sign,
Mm-hmm.
and like, yeah, you got a safety. So, yeah, and then he was just pushing the ropes together for no reason that I could figure out. I was like,
I love in that opening bit too, when he falls backwards, you actually can see him like land on whatever was up there.
Yeah.
If you look in the bottom right corner, you can
Mhm.
see him land before he gets to the
He-
ground.
Yeah. He jumps away from the ladder and you see
Yeah.
him land like away from the ladder. Yeah.
Not
yeah.
that I'm expecting. I also love how that one window in the bus was, I guess,
Mhm.
put in upside
But-
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
All our buses that went up.
Right.
All the other
For-
ones in that bus do too.
Dude, yeah.
too,
it's like,
yeah.
That's the only one that just so they can do that
Yeah.
same bit
one
that
bit.
Vern always did to
Yeah,
him
yeah.
in the commercials.
And you can clearly see that he could pull his hands out like
Oh, yeah.
it's not even all the way down on his fingers, but yeah. But they just wanted to, like, a lot of it was a lot of rehashing of things from those commercials. They knew that we're going to get laughs that people would remember. So,
First,
yeah.
you got to wet the stone, and then you pull the knife at a perfect 45-degree angle,
Yeah.
right through the knife, through, and then through your hand.
The meat of the meat of the hand.
Yeah. Is that a rabbit? Yeah.
It's just like with the scene with the chef where Ernest is he's trying to get him to eat the eggs, whatever it was
Oh,
called.
yeah. Erroneous.
And and Ernest says, "Oh, I tried not to eat on an empty stomach."
Yes. Yeah. I love that line. I love that line. Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would-
was good.
Granted, I would never eat anything that looked like that. I mean, I'm not a picky
No.
eater, and I don't necessarily need things to look good to eat it, but I would never eat anything. But I don't think I would ever go to a restaurant and order something called Eggs Erroneous.
Erroneous.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think I'd order
Which
anything.
apparently when you then throw it up, it flies out
Yes.
over your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the other side of the vehicle. Yeah.
Yes.
And molding clay is the secret ingredient, obviously. So,
Mm. Yellow molding clay.
yeah. There you go. So, yeah, I think all of my favorite scenes are just the physical comedy, which is what he's so great at. But I love when his face is imprinted on the cafeteria tray. Like, I remember that's another, I wouldn't say iconic scene, but it's definitely a scene I remembered. And when they unravel him from the gauze, like that, I mean, just classic, slapstick, goofy comedy, physical comedy. So I enjoyed that for sure. So
Or the kids somehow give him a bushel of
yeah,
poison ivy
Poison
without
ivy.
that
they
sneak,
themselves get poison ivy.
yeah.
Yeah.
That they also sneak by, St. Cloud, who walk clearly,
walk
by
right
them.
by her.
Yeah. So, but yeah. And the scene when he's laying in the, like, why are they having a picnic and why does only he get the fire ants in the middle of the
Yeah.
blanket?
Yeah.
So,
Because
Like-
the Indian guy's just sitting on a stump next to the
Mhm.
blanket.
Gonna need another shot.
yeah.
I can take it. Yeah. Is that the smallest needle you?
I'm a manly man. All right. Well, let's jump into some scenes, some trivia, maybe think of some other scenes. So Petrosite, the mineral the mining company is looking for, is 100% fake. It is total fictional mineral. So, so several items in Ernest's cabin, the alligator puppet, picture of his mother, also portrayed by Jim Varney,
I thought that was him.
a helmet labeled Fast Ernie, were all used on the commercials. He also, a lot of the gags in the film, such as his ew face, the window slamming on his fingers, him falling off the ladder, the golf cart rolling off, the fire ants in the picnic, and the badger scene were either taken straight from or inspired by gags from the earlier commercials. The other one I love is when he's trying to put the glass window on and they call his name and he falls back on, he falls back with the glass. I just love that. I knew it was coming, but yeah.
You know what Family of Badgers really hate? And then he proceeds to do it.
Yeah.
And then they carry him off.
Yeah, exactly. First aid. I think it's time to practice our first aid.
First aid. Oh, I loved it when they were like, "Oh, it's first aid again."
Yeah. First aid.
It'd have been funny if they went back to the scene and had him wrapped up again and did it again.
Mm-hmm. 150 local Boy Scouts were hired as extras and turtle wranglers. They rounded up 25 turtles from a Nashville, Tennessee pond for the film's climactic battle. There was one incident on set where a heated argument occurred between John Cherry and studio reps. Cherry wanted to parachute live turtles in the battle scene. Disney was outraged, saying some turtles will die in the making of this movie. Cherry's comeback was, if their little legs aren't moving, it ain't funny. Disney shipped them plastic turtles with legs that wobbled and wiggled, but Cherry still snuck in some live parachuting turtles in the final cut.
It's before the days of the Humane Society being
Right.
on set.
Right.
Well,
No,
once
no
again,
turtles were harmed in the making of this movie.
Once again, I think Disney might have been right on that one.
Yeah.
But it took 150 Boy Scouts to come up with 25 turtles.
Yeah. They got them out of one pond, though, so yeah.
All right.
But they were also wranglers. They had to keep, you know how fast turtles can get. They had to keep them in
Yeah.
one spot. They don't stay in one spot too
That
long.
is true.
I did realize it was this movie that made me think that all turtles were snapping turtles.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
I never touched turtles because I thought, well, so Ernest saved Campy. He bites
Yeah.
him in the nose. I'm not touching
bite
that.
your nose, yeah. And what was the turtle's name? Petey? Or was it It started with a P, wasn't it? I don't know. It's not important.
I don't remember. You promised you wouldn't do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So as Larry mentioned earlier, since 2017, Montgomery Bell State Park, where Ernest Goes to Camp was filmed, holds an annual celebration of the film in summer called Ernest Day, which includes an outdoor screening, games and activities such as Ernest Lookalike Contest, turtle catapults, hikes, crafts, archery, face painting, and attendance from various members of the film's production. So another field trip we need to make. Go see.
All
This
right.
is the second assistant to the lighting director.
Right.
Oh man.
Please.
We've invited 25 of the 150 Boy Scouts who were turtle wranglers. They'll have a panel later if you want to ask them all the turtle related questions you have.
I like turtles.
Yeah. All right, well, let's talk about box office. Ernest Goes to Camp was released theatrically in the United States to kick off Memorial Day weekend on May 22nd, 1987. It grossed $6.2 million in its opening weekend, which was not enough to beat Beverly Hills Cop 2, which debuted at number 1 at the box office. It did remain in the top 10 through June, however, and went on to gross a total of $23.5 million. It is the third highest grossing Ernest film after Ernest Saves Christmas with $28.2 million and Ernest Goes to Jail at $25 million. It made enough to make sequels, but the sequels made more money.
Well, again, like I said, I saw those two in theaters. I didn't see this one.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's going to be tough to beat Beverly Hills Cop 2, I think. So, but good, counter programming there, family friendly movie versus our comedy. So, all right, it's time to take a look how well this 80s flick holds up today. It's the Rewatchability and Nostalgia Meter. It's our way of measuring how enjoyable a movie is for repeat viewings along with the waves and nostalgia it brings. Here's how it works. It's a 1 to 10 scale. Any number between 1 and 10 will do. Here are a few parameters to help you decide. At the bottom of the meters, a number 1 means I saw it once and that was enough. In the middle is a 5. It means it's a good rewatch every couple of years. And the highly coveted 10 at the top means it's highly rewatchable and full of nostalgia. So I will start with Chad. Chad, where does Ernest Goes to Camp rank for you on the rewatchability and nostalgia meter?
I really wish I could remember what I rated Ernest Saves Christmas. But I probably ranked it pretty high because I like that movie a lot. I like this one too. The three, the jail, Christmas, and this one are my top favorites. I hated the Scared Stupid and all the videos, but rewatchability. This is probably probably not going to be. It's probably 4.5, maybe. It's close to 5. I mean, I'd rewatch it again. I'm obviously bought it.
Okay.
This was unopened at my dad's house today. I had not watched it since I bought it. So yeah, 4.5.
Man,
I would think.
Could have left it sealed and sold it on eBay. You would have made a fortune.
Yeah.
Well, now you tell me. Goodness gracious.
All right. Nicholas, what do you say? Where does it rank for you?
I mean, I think I already said it's been a long time since I've watched it, so it's hard for me to give it that high of a score.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's enjoyable. I really enjoyed it, and I own it on DVD, so there's no reason for me not to be able to watch it again on a much more regular basis. I think I'm going to give it it is up against a lot of other summer camp movies from the 80s that are better, or, but I think I'm still going to give it a 6.
Okay. All right, Laramie, higher or lower?
No, I'm right in the middle of them because
Okay.
I was thinking after you gave the criteria again, I was thinking, I was like, yeah, I got to put it at a 5. I mean, we all admitted that we have not
seen
watched it in a really long time. So, yeah, like Chad said, Ernest Saves Christmas, I probably watch, if not every Christmas, maybe like every other Christmas.
Right,
So
right.
it has a higher.
It's also easier to watch because it's more available. So yeah.
Yeah, I will also say I probably enjoy Ernest Goes to Jail a little bit more. That could be because Ernest becomes a superhero in that movie.
It's on brand for you. Yeah, that works.
Yeah. So again, I really do like this movie. And as I watched it, it had a lot of the nostalgia that came with it. But I think the rewatchability, and that's why I put it right there in the middle with the 5.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think we're all right around that. I thought you guys were actually going to go higher, but we also did say it's been forever since we watched it. So yeah, I'm right there with you guys. I'm at a 5. It's a good rewatch every couple of years. Like Nicholas said, there's other like summer movies that I'm probably going to want to watch on a regular that I'll watch every summer. This one I'll probably put in, every couple of years. If I can get my hands on a physical copy here, that's not $130 to own, but yeah. But yeah, so let us know where you think Ernest Goes to Camp should rank on the rewatchability nostalgia meter for you. Send us an email, reach out to us on social media, or leave us a comment right here in the comments section if you're watching on YouTube. So, all right, gentlemen, any final thoughts or anything you want to promote? We'll start with Laramie. What's going on over at Moving Panels for the month of June?
So we're getting into our summer series for this year, where we're focusing on the inspired by part. We mainly focus on the adaptations and the ones that are clearly based on comics. So this summer, I wanted to focus on some movies that are clearly just inspired by comics. So we're hitting a few there. I won't name what they are. Let that be a surprise. But some that are clearly based on comics, some that are loosely based off of comics, and one that actually itself inspired some future comics. So that's what we've got going over on Moving Panels.
Nice. Nicholas, what do you think you might be talking about in June?
Well,
Pop culture roulette, because it's usually, I don't know, whatever pops in our mind before we start recording, right?
Well, I was struck by an idea. I don't want to give it away just yet.
Okay.
But we just did one of our stranger brackets today. So I don't know when this episode's coming out, but
This Friday.
okay, so around the same time this episode is airing, you can head over to Pop Culture Roulette and hear one of our stranger brackets that we've ever done, which is saying something for us. But I've got a really good idea percolating in my head. It's just I don't want to give it away just yet.
Gotcha. Good tease there. Good tease. Well, Chad, you don't have a podcast to promote that I know of. Anything in the
No.
works still?
No, just next episode's one of yours.
Nice.
Living the dream, doing the radio gig down in Jackson still. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Good deal. Well, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being a part, joining us and talking about Ernest P. Worrell. Know what I mean? But that's a wrap on another trip through the greatest decade of cinema. We sparked a memory or helped you rediscover a classic. Please head over to Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star review. It does truly help the show reach more fans like you. To make sure you're always in the loop for our next deep dive, hit that follow or subscribe button. And if you want to help keep the show running, consider being a partner at buymeacoffee.com. For more 80s goodness, our digital headquarters is always open at 80sflickflashback.com. While you're there, check out our TeePublic store for original designs and movie-inspired merch that will have you looking like an 80s icon. Well, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Tim Williams for the 80s Flick Flashback Podcast. Well, at least nobody got hurt.